I want to show you my favorite Usborne books that we have used in our home. I was going for top 10, but it ended up being 13. I just couldn't pick. So here they are, and we're going to start with fiction. I couldn't start with any book other than Nibbles. It has been our favorite, especially for my little guy. He just loves opening the book and then trapping Nibbles or letting him out. At the end, you trap him. At the beginning, you let him out. And my favorite part is the fairy tales. They're pretty cleverly done. So the fairy tales, it's like a smaller book inside of the book. And then you turn the page in the next one, and it's another smaller book inside of the book. So the way it's laid out is very clever. And he just loves trapping the little monster. Our next favorite for my little guy is All Better. And this is by far Usborne's most popular book. There are restickable Band-Aids. So you take one off, and when each character gets a boo-boo, you clean it, kiss it, put a Band-Aid on it, all better. And the next page has the same repetition. It gets him talking, he's memorized it, he sits there and does it by himself, clean it, kiss it, all better, puts the Band-Aids on and then takes them all off, puts them in the beginning and does it again. So All Better has been a favorite at our house. Another one that has been a favorite is The Squirrel. There's also a mouse in the house. We've got the squirrel one. You put it in, and then the next page you open it up, and you read it and go through it, and then you put it in the next flap. And so you go through page by page. They come out, they go in. So we've really enjoyed A Squirrel's Tale as well. My first introduction to Usborne was when my kids were babies, and I didn't even know that they were Usborne books. I hadn't learned that yet. But on each page, that's not my series. There's a different texture. That's not my lion. His ears are too soft. And this one's Velcro, so it's real scratchy. His paws are too rough. And then you keep going, and at the end of all of them, it says, that's my lion. His mane is so shaggy. There's That's Not My Hedgehog, That's Not My Monkey, That's Not My Mermaid, and there's a whole series of these. So these are great for little ones. We've also liked the Billy B series. This is for the youngest, 3 and up, and there's picture books. This one's a mermaid, there's a magic carpet ride, just really cute picture books for the kids. As they get a little bit older, there's the Billy B. Brown chapter books. And what I've liked about these, well, my daughter's name is Charlotte. Oops. And it says Charlotte right here. So we've liked that. But they're only 4 chapters. They're super thin. And so I can read the whole book at dinner while they're eating if, my husband's not home and I want to read a book. And she can sit down, so there's only 4 chapters and there's not a ton of words on each page. She can sit down and make it through it fairly quickly, and it feels like an accomplishment because she's reading a chapter book. So we've really enjoyed the Billy B. Brown. There's also Billy B. Brown mysteries that are a little bit higher level, so you can fall in love with the character and follow her all the way through. We've enjoyed that. There's also a Hey Jack series. Billy and Jack are best friends. And he's the boy book, and they often appear in each other's books. So if you have a boy, you might want to check out the Hey Jack series. Another favorite are the illustrated classics. We have the illustrated fairy tales, and as you can see, these are forever books that your kids will always love. There's great pictures of them. There's another one. The pictures are just beautifully done, and we've loved reading them over and over and over again. For nonfiction, we have a couple different types. This one, How Things Work. My husband is an engineer and loves this book, but there are just flaps all over. Flap here shows the pistons, headlights. The flaps are just everywhere. So my son and my husband have enjoyed this at bedtime. My son knows that if he wants to stay up a little later and he says, can we read the How Things Work? Just one page. My husband will always say yes. So that's been neat to see. One of my favorite, I actually bought the whole set, is the Big Book of Big. This one's animals. There's construction. There's there's dinosaurs right here behind. Oh, this is sea creatures. Here's dinosaurs. There's all sorts of different ones. But you open it up, and then it ends up being 4 pages wide. So you get a good view of how big the animals actually are, and you can read it on both sides. The next one has something else and it'll open up huge. So we've enjoyed these quite a bit, just for something different. This is from our younger readers books series. And so inside, for the nonfiction, it's very short and sweet, and my kids like that. They're more fiction kids, and so we bought a couple of these, and they'll sit through it and they enjoy it and they're learning something. So I like exposing them to nonfiction. So we've enjoyed this beginner fiction. This is our flashlight book, and I wish it was darker so I could show you. But we've loved our flashlight books, especially at bedtime for my little guy. He'll be 4 in a couple weeks, and he doesn't like just that final separation before bedtime. So we give him a flashlight and a flashlight book and a superhero figurine, and he'll go to bed a lot easier. What a flashlight book is on this page, you can kind of see there's bugs peeking through. And when you turn the page, you can see the bugs. So you shine the flashlight on the bottom, and the bugs come through. So we really enjoyed seeing for the space one. You'll see a spacecraft, and then when you shine the light through the bottom of the page, you'll see the astronauts floating around inside. So it's neat to see what's in each page. Only 2 left. Our second to last is the keyboard, and this has been my daughter's favorite book by far. They're color-coded, and the keys are color-coded. And so she'll sit there and touch the colors, and she sings the colors to the right tune. So if it's Mary had a little lamb, she'll sing red, 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 blue, 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 or whatever the notes are, I don't know. But this has been a hit at our house, and my daughter is almost 6. And then our last book is an art book, The Fingerprint Activities. We've highly enjoyed this one. You take a finger, and they're not like regular stamps. It's more like paint, so it wipes off pretty easily. You put your finger, and then you stamp it, and you take a black marker or whatever color you'd like, and add eyes or hair, and each page has a different theme. So here you're making foxes or rabbits or mice, and they're showing you how to do so. That one gets a little more complicated. We haven't gotten that far yet. And then over here at the beginning, they're pretty simple. So you're making birds. So this has been a nice book to do. And I'll even get out pieces of paper. And my son and I will do it on a piece of paper while my daughter does it in here. So we all can do it together. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing what our favorites are. If you need any suggestions, please let me know, and I would love to help you. Thank you.